Alright, so we're nearing the end of the day. Basically, today was stain day. See, here's all the railing posts, okay? Those are all 4 sides stained. The balusters over there are 3 sides. I need to flip them and finish. That'll be the last thing I do before the sun sets. The sun's gonna go down in about an hour. Then I gotta hit the tops of these boards. Now, if you've noticed, the very first thing I did, because I was keeping an eye on our weather pattern, I saw it was going to be extremely hot for 2 or 3 days, and I didn't want to dig the post holes to start in the heat. Then I knew that the weather was going to give way, so I laid all the boards out in the yard here, and I pre-stained all of the 2x8s and the 2x10s and the 6x6 posts, basically everything that makes up the frame. That was all pre-stained. Then all I had to do was hit the tops. So as you can see here, I put on the rim joists today. Okay, that's a meeting joint, so that's 22.5-degree cut. I couldn't get them to butt up perfect just because of the way they were run, so I'm going to caulk that seam. But overall, it came out really, really well. I'm very happy with it. So yeah, you have to make sure you hit all sides of the boards. If you just hit the tops and the bottoms when you're staining, okay, water's going to come down. It's going to sit in here. It's going to sit in the wood, and it's not going to be able to migrate out. It's just basically going to be sandwiched between a non-penetrable barrier on each side. So if you're going to apply sealer, apply it to all 4 sides. And then if you're going to cut any grain ends, you need to seal those as well. But since these aren't laid in yet, I'm going to prefab everything, okay, get it all pre-cut and pre-ready to basically drill. Then I'll do what I'm doing today. I'll just hit all the ends before I slide it up against the pool. But yeah, I cut all the balusters and the posts the very first weekend. I had all the wood out. I was staining all the boards, and then I cut all the balusters. But so yeah, there's our rim joists. They're held in by 3.5-inch screws. Okay. 3 on each, and this thing is solid. I mean, I could probably drive an SUV up on top of this thing right now. It's not going anywhere. It's way over engineered, but you get an idea for how the caps are going to fit on top of those top rails. And just going to run all the boards, like I said, at a 45-degree angle, running perpendicular off that front slant. So almost there. I'll be decking this tomorrow, hopefully, if the weather holds. But that's why I'm staining. As long as I got good sunny days, I'll get all my stain done, just because it's also a weather sealer, so I can actually work in the drizzle. As long as it's not pouring rain, I can still get work done. But you can see where I came back through here with my angle grinder and basically leveled this plank out so that all the cross joists hit at a smooth intersection. So you can tell by all that sawdust on the bottom there. So when it's all said and done, I'm going to have to borrow my next door neighbor's pressure washer. Just hit it real lightly and get it all done. Oh, one thing like this, if you're working alone, you see that there's 2 screws there. This is basically called a cleat. If you're ever working by yourself and you need a board to be held and you don't have a helper, screw in those screws and you've got yourself a built-in helper. That's a little shelf that your board can sit on while you make your measurements and whatnot. So I had to utilize those today because I was working by myself as usual. So it's all done pretty much, just ready to be decked. Again, I'd much rather stain when it's all flat and horizontal like this than to stain when it's all put together. As you can see, you got compound angles and vertical intersections with horizontal joints, and it's a pain in the butt to stain after the fact. So I prefer to do all my staining and weather sealing first. It just makes life easier when you're done, because when you're done, you're done. You don't have anything to do except enjoy it.